Okay, so today we're doing an outside project. We are going to try to build an outside container garden. We have the containers, we have 20 of them, and we drilled some holes in the bottom. I'm going to put some kind of weeding material to help keep the water in and the dirt in, so that way the water and the dirt doesn't drain as fast. I know some people will put holes on the side, but I just want to make sure that there is proper drainage. We're going to do this a little bit different. We are just going to do a single row, but we're going to do 3 rows of 8. So we're going to do 8, just a single rack like this. We're going to put feet on it so it's elevated. Some of these will have like 2 layers or 3 layers or an up and a down. We're just going to do 1 layer of 8, and we're going to make 3 separate ones of 8, so that way we have a lot of room, but we can also move it around easy if we need to. So right now Mauro's just getting some older wood that we can reuse and refurbish for this project. And we're thinking about doing a metal arc in between, like 2 of them, so that way if I have anything that's growing here that's vines, it'll grow up the arc. So right now what we have is we have 2x4s. I do believe they're 2x4 by 8. 2x4 by 8 or 2x4 by 10. I'm not really sure, but there's 8 buckets in here. So got 8 buckets. And we're going to put sides on them. We're going to run a middle in between, and we'll kind of show you what's going on. But just wanted to do a quick video. 2nd year of gardening, and we're outside. I put my hollyhocks outside a couple days ago, and they got some frostburn because it was cold. Yeah, but they'll recover. It's pretty now. For las patas, eh? So we're going to use these 4x4s, and we're going to cut them, and we're going to make legs so that way it's above the ground, so it's not sitting directly on the ground. But I do definitely want to, like I said, I have 20 buckets, so we'll be able to do 3 of these, and I'll have a couple buckets left over. So Mauro's just going to kind of find the middle and make legs. Solo necesito patas chaparritas, ¿no? No necesito tanto tan... Cada uno puedo hacer 4 patas. No.
Por eso ahí voy a hacer 4 patas.
Ok. Entonces echas tus otras 2 marcas.
¿Cuáles 2 marcas? Ahí solo voy a hacer 6. Bueno. Ponen los pinches de fuera las astillas. Ok.
Próximo.
El problema que si no van a estorbar las pinches patas. Ok, voy a cortar a los lados. Así. Pero arriba está lo mismo abajo y arriba, ¿no?
Ay.
Y 3/4. Este lo salvamos acá, ¿o? Si le corto este.
Lo corto, pero está plan. 13 con 3/4.
Es con 3/4. Necesito 1, 2.
6.
No, pita, solo vamos a armar uno primero.
Ok.
Vamos a clavarlo acá. Envolverlo. Me está preocupando en medio cómo no van a caber los pinches palos. Porque van a ir adentro acá, no van a caber. Ya van a ser menos fuertes.
Okay, so we're adjusting as we go. It looks like maybe the legs are too tall. So we're going to try to cut them in half. We're going to cut them in half and see if half works a little bit better. Yeah, we don't need the legs really, really tall. We just need the legs up enough where the containers are not on the ground. Okay, we're gonna see how these go. Okay, so the small ones do actually look a little bit better. They're not as tall, so when the plants grow, it's easier to work with them when they're a little bit lower. I'm gonna put the other two on and go from there. Okay, so, entonces, ¿cómo tienen las patas aquí adentro? No cabe 8, cabe 7. Okay, ¿qué es la próxima? Ok, entonces nosotros necesito, porque los botes así, cuando llenan con la tierra y el agua y todo eso, vas a estar muy pesados y solo vas a caer. Entonces nosotros necesitamos poniendo algo abajo por soportarlos, por ayudar con el peso. Entonces vamos a ver qué vamos a hacer con la idea de Mauro, cómo va.
Yo más voy a cortarle. El problema es que aquí ya no va a pasar la otra pinche madera, porque el otro viene así el otro va a venir así, pero un gordo, y este va a venir así, y apenas sí va a pasar. Sí pasa sopa. El problema, lo bueno que va a sentar aquí, el bote va a sentar aquí. Aunque se levante allá arriba tantito, lo subo para arriba. Pero el palo este lo voy a poner en la vista.
¿Cuál?
a abrazar acá.
A lo mejor como es muy largo, te vas poniendo un patita en medio, ¿o no?
Así aguanta sopa. Mira ahí.
Como tú dices, puedo levantar las botas un poquito, pero está bien. ¿Sabes? Quita la medio primero. Okay, so we've got an inside board here connected to the feet. And we have to flip it around, take the containers out, and then we're going to put this medium board. And we're using really good outside screws so that way they're weather resistant and they don't, you know, like rust or anything like that. So it might not be pretty, but it'll be sturdy. Okay, and like I said, that bottom board that's going to hold all the weight is just sitting on, it's just sitting on that. So you got an inside the legs. And if you wanted to do an extra step, you could put another foot underneath the middle. If you, en la medio, no? Okay. Hey. Hey. So we're going to put another foot at the bottom, kind of like when you have a bed, you have different feet. So that way it just helps keep the weight from just bowing. Okay, vamos a... Okay. Yeah, so it's not going to be the whole width of this. It's just going to be the width of the board. And if you're really, really wanting to be extra safe, you could put 2, 1, 2, or even 1, 2, 3 underneath it. But this is kind of why we kind of plan a little bit when we do projects. We don't really use blueprints and stuff. We just kind of see what we're going to do, what kind of materials we have on hand, and just kind of wing it. But it's just pretty simple. Like I said, basically it's a frame with 4 inside legs. So the frame is just 2x4s, And then the legs are 4x4s. They're connected inside. And then, like I said, there's just a piece at the bottom and another piece at the bottom. And then here we go. So not too complicated, but... And right now he's looking for the middle so that way he can put the... 44 medio. And then half of this is going to be 41. I do believe this long piece in the middle was 96. Este sí fue 96, ¿no? Okay. And again, we're using screws. We're not using any kind of nails or anything like that. But we are using outdoor screws. We're not using drywall screws or anything like that. We're using, yeah, we're using really good screws. Mm-hmm. He's just going to change the drill bit head, wrong drill bit. Mm-hmm. Right, so Mauro's going to put the planters back in and we'll see what it is. So again, it's just a 2x4 frame, 4x4s attached on the inside for legs, and then another piece of 2x4 that's cut and connected to the bottom of the legs on the inside. And then I do believe, like I said, all these 2x4s and all this stuff, this is a 2x6, are 96 inches long. I don't know exactly how wide this is, but ¿Cuánto medida este? No, ese sí está sucio. Ese, ¿cuánto medida del grueso? ¿Cuánto está grueso? Es 96 largo, pero ¿cuánto de grueso? So it's, you're looking at 3 3/4 wide, basically. En 96 largo por los unos que están, no de estos, solamente los unos que están adentro. Estos es 96. ¿O qué largos son esos?
8 pies, ¿no?
8 pies. Okay, so it's a 2x4x8. And this is, so, yeah. Okay. So this is the first one out of 3, because like I said, I have 20 buckets, 7 will fit in there. See, so again, it's pretty simple. I'm trying to make it complicated, but I'm not. So you've got 2x4. That's an 8-foot. Now, if there's a way we could have put the 4x4 legs at the bottom, that would have made a room for another container. But since we connected the legs on the inside, it was it was easier to do that instead of messing around doing something else. So, yep. But it looks great. and it's down toward the ground where when you're messing and doing plants and stuff, like when the legs were kind of tall, the legs would have been up here. So it would have been a little bit more difficult to, you know, do plants and stuff like that. So here is perfect. Now we just got to make 2 more. This is treated wood, so we're not going to be able to paint it this year. But it doesn't look too bad. So this is our raised garden bed with 7 containers. It has holes in the bottom of it. I got to put, again, like I said, some weed barrier down there so that way the dirt doesn't go out and it keeps the water from draining all the way out. But there's 7 buckets here. It's up off the ground. And I'm gonna make another, well, me and Mauro are gonna make another 2 of these. Okay, so since we had a little bit of a hard time putting the first one together, to make it easier, we are building the second one right on top. So basically we're building it backwards. So that way we have everything lined up a little bit more. We have the outside frame we're getting ready to put together. See, makes it so much easier screwing everything in. And then once we get that screwed in, we're going to put the legs on. Once we get the legs put on, then we're going to go ahead and screw the bottom piece on it. So we're going to do this end first, and then we're going to go down and do that end. But this is a lot easier building it right on top of the one that we already made, because the one that we already made was kind of hard to put together because it was just a weird shape and a size. But all right, we are working on it and just got a little bit more to go. Okay, so we've got the whole thing put together, and right now we're going to put the board that is the support. And just so you get a closer look on the support board, we're going to nail that, or not nail it, screw it into there 2 times, screw it into here, and then put that middle. Again, if you ever want to put a couple more feet on it, you can. It just depends on how much weight you feel like you're going to need. But we're just going to put 1. So we're going to get ready to screw it in. And then we're just going to put the foot, which is right there underneath. And he's going to put double screws on it because this is what holds on to the support. And again, it's not perfect, but hey, you know what? It's pretty good for using basically half reused material. Mosquitoes are coming out. The only thing that we didn't reuse is the big long top 2x4s. We did go out and buy a couple of those. Estes. And Mauro's again going to try to find around the middle. Okay, so so we have all 3 of them done. 1, 2, 3. So what we're gonna do is we've got to put holes in the other ones, and since they still have like vinegar and stuff in them, I've got to Got my water supply here. I'm going to wash them out and get them cleaned out so they don't have vinegar in them. I don't know if vinegar will hurt plants or not, but I don't want to take the risk. So we're going to clean them out. And right now Mauro's kind of looking for where he wants to put them. But yep, I said gardening this year is coming along very, very well.